Angels are stopping you right now. Someone near you has been revealed. Don't scroll, please don't scroll. Listen to this, because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now in a way you might not even fully understand yet, and if you felt that tiny pull in your chest when you saw these words, that wasn't curiosity, that was recognition, that was your spirit responding before your mind could interfere, because angels are stopping you right now, yes, right now, interrupting your routine, your thoughts, your doubts, to speak directly to you in this exact moment, and there is no accident here, no algorithm coincidence, no randomness. This is alignment, this is timing, this is divine interruption, and you are being asked to pause, breathe, and stay with me, because someone near you has been revealed, and this revelation is not meant to scare you, it's meant to save you, to protect you, to gently but firmly move you onto the path you were always meant to walk. So don't scroll, stay here, listen to this. Because the universe has been watching the weight you've been carrying silently, the questions you've been asking late at night, the way your intuition has been whispering while your logic tried to drown it out, and now the angels are stepping in because you've reached a point where ignoring the signs would cost you more than facing the truth, and your heart needs this right now, even if part of you feels nervous, even if part of you wants to look away, because what's being revealed is not about blame or fear, it's about clarity, and clarity is love in its highest form. Listen to this. There has been an energy close to you, not necessarily evil, not necessarily malicious, but misaligned with who you are becoming, and your soul has felt it long before your mind accepted it, that subtle heaviness when they speak, that drain you feel after interactions, the way your light dims just a little around them, and you told yourself you were overthinking, you told yourself you were being sensitive. But angels don't speak through anxiety, they speak through patterns, and the patterns have been loud lately, haven't they? Repeating numbers like 111 showing up when you think about new beginnings, 222 appearing when you question relationships, 444 surrounding you when you need reassurance that you're protected, and 777 flashing when your spirit is leveling up. Listen to this. These are not just numbers, they are confirmations, they are spiritual breadcrumbs guiding you toward awareness, and your heart needs this right now because you are standing at the edge of a spiritual awakening that cannot coexist with false connections, and don't scroll, because this part matters. The angels are not exposing someone near you to hurt you or embarrass them or create chaos, they are doing it because your destiny requires a lighter load, because where you're going next, you cannot carry energy that doubts you, uses you, misunderstands you, or secretly resents your growth, and listen to this. This doesn't always mean betrayal in the dramatic sense, sometimes it's subtler, sometimes it's someone who loved the old version of you, the quieter you, the more available you, the version that didn't set boundaries, and now that you're awakening, now that you're stepping into your truth, the mismatch is becoming undeniable, and your soul knows it, even if your heart has been trying to hold on out of loyalty, out of history, out of hope, but angels are gentle, and they know you need reassurance, so hear this clearly. You are not wrong for feeling what you feel, you are not imagining the shift, you are not crazy for sensing distance where words still sound kind, your intuition is sharpening because you are evolving, and don't scroll, stay with me, because this revelation is also making space for something sacred, something aligned, something that feels like peace instead of confusion, and for many of you, this is directly connected to soulmate energy. Yes, soulmate, not just romance, but soul recognition. That deep feeling of being seen without performing, understood without explaining, loved without shrinking. Listen to this. When angels remove or reveal someone who no longer aligns, it is because a truer connection is approaching, or because an existing connection is about to shift into its highest form, and your heart needs this right now because you've been wondering if love is supposed to feel this heavy, this uncertain, this draining, and the answer is no. Love in alignment feels grounding, not destabilizing, expansive, not restrictive, and don't scroll, because here's the part the universe wants you to hear. The discomfort you've been feeling lately is not a sign that something is wrong with you, it's a sign that something is right and you're outgrowing old emotional environments, and that's why emotions have been surfacing unexpectedly, that's why memories resurface out of nowhere, that's why you've been craving solitude while also longing for deeper connection. This is the in-between space of awakening, and angels are holding you through it. And listen to this. The person being revealed may not leave your life immediately, but your perception of them will change, and that change is everything, because once you see clearly, you can no longer abandon yourself to keep others comfortable, and your heart needs this right now because you've been the one who understands everyone, who forgives easily, who stays longer than you should, and angels are saying, beloved, it's your turn to be protected. Don't scroll, because the next days are important. Pay attention to what's said and unsaid, to who shows up when you need support, to who celebrates your growth and who subtly competes with it, and don't judge, just observe, because revelation doesn't require reaction, it requires awareness, and awareness restores your power. And listen to this. Your dreams may become more vivid, your emotions more intense, your intuition louder. This is not instability, this is alignment activating, and as this happens, soulmate energy begins to magnetize toward you, whether that is a romantic partner, a soul friend, or even a deeper relationship with yourself, and angels want you to know that you are not losing anything of value. You are shedding what cannot follow you into your next chapter, and don't scroll, stay here, because this is where it gets personal. You have asked for truth, you have prayed for clarity, even if silently, even if casually, even if you didn't think it counted, and the universe heard you, and answers always come, but rarely in the way we expect. Sometimes they come as discomfort, sometimes as endings, sometimes as revelations that change how we see someone we thought we knew. But your heart needs this right now because the truth is not here to punish you. It's here to liberate you, and angels are surrounding you as this unfolds, placing protection around your energy, your emotions, your decisions, and you may notice you feel calmer even as things feel uncertain. That calm is divine reassurance, and listen to this. This message found you because you are ready, not because you are weak, not because you are behind, but because your soul has matured to the point where truth no longer threatens you, it strengthens you. And don't scroll, because this is only the beginning. What's being revealed now is preparing you for something that will make sense of every delay, every unanswered prayer, every almost connection that didn't last. And angels are asking you to trust the process just a little longer, to listen to your intuition just a little more, to choose yourself without guilt, and to remember this: when angels stop you like this, when a message lands this deeply, when your heart feels seen by words from a screen, it's because the universe is actively rearranging your life in your favor, and this revelation, this moment, this pause, is the doorway. So stay open, stay gentle with yourself, and don't scroll away from your own becoming. Don't scroll, stay with me. Listen to this, because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now more than ever, especially if you felt a strange mix of relief and unease after hearing the first part, because that feeling is confirmation, that feeling is your intuition waking up, and angels are still stopping you right now, still holding your attention gently but firmly, because what's unfolding is not finished yet. And the universe does not rush revelations when they involve your heart, your destiny, and the people closest to you. So take a breath, slow down, and listen to this. The truth that is being revealed is arriving in layers, not all at once, because if it came all at once it would overwhelm you, and angels are protectors first, teachers second, and they know exactly how much you can handle in this moment, and your heart needs this right now because you've been stronger than you realize for a very long time, stronger than anyone ever acknowledged, stronger than even you gave yourself credit for. And that's why this awakening is happening now and not before. Because now you're ready to see clearly without breaking, and don't scroll, because here's what the angels want you to understand. The person being revealed near you is not necessarily someone who will disappear overnight. This is not always about dramatic exits or explosive confrontations. Sometimes revelation is quieter, subtler, more internal. It's the moment you finally stop explaining yourself to someone who never truly listened. It's the moment you stop shrinking your dreams to fit someone else's comfort. It's the moment you feel a boundary rise inside you without anger, without fear, just calm certainty, and listen. To this, that calm is divine authority activating within you, and your heart needs this right now because you've confused peace with boredom before, and chaos with passion, and angels are correcting that pattern gently, lovingly, by showing you who feels aligned and who feels draining, and don't scroll, because this is where many people miss the message. The revelation is not only about them, it's also about you, about the version of you that tolerated confusion because it felt familiar, about the version of you that overgave hoping love would be earned, about the version of you that stayed quiet to keep the peace, and angels are saying, beloved, you don't need to betray yourself to be loved, and listen to this. If you've been seeing angel numbers more frequently since this awakening began, it's because your awareness has expanded. 111 is reminding you that your thoughts are creating your reality faster now. 222 is asking you to trust the rebalancing happening in your relationships. 333 is confirmation that divine guidance is close. 444 is protection wrapping around you while things shift, and 555, yes, 555. Signals unavoidable change, but change that works in your favor even if it feels uncomfortable at first, and your heart needs this right now because change has always scared you more than it needed to, not because you're weak, but because you care deeply, and angels honor that tenderness in you. They don't want to harden you, they want to free you, and don't scroll, because soulmate energy is moving closer as this clearing happens. And this is important. Soulmates do not enter chaos, they enter clarity, they are drawn to authenticity, not self-abandonment, and if you are already connected to your soulmate, this revelation will deepen the bond, stripping away illusions and replacing them with truth, honesty, and emotional safety. And listen to this. If you are not yet with your soulmate, this revelation is removing the final energetic block that kept you repeating old cycles, old dynamics, old disappointments, and your heart needs this right now because you've wondered why things never fully worked out before, why connections fizzled or became confusing, and angels are telling you now. It was never rejection, it was redirection, and don't scroll, stay with me, because as this truth settles in, you may feel moments of grief, not because something terrible happened, but because you're letting go of what you hoped someone could be, and that grief is valid. Angels don't rush healing, they walk with you through it, and listen to this. Tears are not weakness, they are release, they are the body letting go of emotional weight it no longer needs to carry, and your heart needs this right now because you've held so much inside to remain strong, and angels are saying you don't have to be strong here, you can be honest, and don't scroll, because here's the part that changes everything. The universe is not asking you to confront anyone aggressively, it's asking you to choose alignment quietly, to choose peace consistently, to choose yourself without explanation, and when you do, the right people adjust, the wrong people fade, and you don't have to force either outcome, and listen to this. You may notice people reacting differently to you soon, some becoming distant, others suddenly more interested. This is energetic recalibration, this is your frequency shifting, and your heart needs this right now because you've been wondering why things feel different lately, why conversations don't land the same, why silence feels louder. It's because you are no longer operating from the same emotional level. And angels are protecting you during this transition, guiding you through signs, synchronicities, sudden insights, and intuitive nudges. And don't scroll, because the next phase is crucial. What you choose now, how you respond now, how you treat yourself now, sets the tone for the next chapter of your life, and that chapter is lighter, clearer, more aligned, and filled with love that doesn't make you question your worth. And listen to this. If fear tries to creep in, if doubt whispers that you'll end up alone, remind yourself that alignment never leads to loneliness, it leads to belonging, first with yourself, then with others who truly see you, and your heart needs this right now because you've mistaken attachment for connection before, and angels are teaching you the difference gently. And don't scroll, because this is still unfolding. What's being revealed now will make sense soon, pieces will connect, conversations will clarify, emotions will settle, and one day you'll look back at this moment and realize this was the turning point, the moment you stopped betraying your intuition, the moment you allowed angels to guide you instead of fear. And stay with me, because this is not the end of the message, this is the deepening, the preparation, the quiet before something beautiful locks into place, and angels are asking you to trust just a little more, listen just a little closer, and remember this: you were never losing anything real, you were being guided towards something true, and your heart already knows it. Don't scroll, stay with me. Listen to this, because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, especially if something inside you feels like it's quietly rearranging itself, like pieces you didn't know were loose are suddenly clicking into place, because angels are still stopping you right now, still holding your awareness in this sacred pause, and this part is where the shift becomes undeniable, where what was once subtle becomes clear, where what you once questioned starts to make sense. So breathe and listen to this. The revelation is no longer just something you sense, it's becoming something you see, and angels want you to understand that when clarity arrives, it doesn't always shout, sometimes it arrives as calm certainty, as the absence of anxiety you used to feel around certain people, as the sudden ease you feel when you imagine choosing yourself. And your heart needs this right now because you've lived for so long in emotional survival mode that peace almost felt unfamiliar, and angels are gently reteaching your nervous system what safety actually feels like. And don't scroll, because this is where many people resist the process. The mind tries to pull you back into old stories, old excuses, old justifications, but your soul has already moved ahead. And listen to this. Once your soul moves, nothing stays the same. You can pretend for a while, you can delay decisions, but you cannot unknow what you now know, and that is why things around you may feel strangely quiet or strangely intense, because the universe is creating contrast so you can choose alignment without confusion, and your heart needs this right now because you've been asking for confirmation, for one clear sign, for something to validate what you feel. And angels are saying, this is it, the calm. After truth is your confirmation, the way your body relaxes when you imagine distance from misaligned energy is your confirmation, the way your intuition no longer argues but knows is your confirmation. And don't scroll, because as this shift deepens, your priorities will change, not dramatically, but decisively. You'll care less about proving yourself and more about protecting your peace. Less about being understood by everyone and more about being understood by the right ones. And listen to this. This is the moment your vibration rises, and when your vibration rises, everything that cannot rise with you either transforms or falls away, and your heart needs this right now because you've blamed yourself before for endings that were actually upgrades, for distance that was actually protection, for solitude that was actually preparation, and angels want you to release that guilt completely, because you were never failing. You were evolving, and don't scroll, because soulmate energy becomes unmistakable at this stage, and here's the truth people don't always tell you. Soulmates are not always immediately comfortable, they are truthful, they reflect you back to yourself without distortion, without games, without emotional confusion, and as you awaken, you become less attracted to intensity and more attracted to consistency, less attracted to potential and more attracted to presence. And listen to this. If you are already connected to someone aligned, this phase will feel like emotional honesty deepening, conversations becoming clearer, walls dissolving naturally, but if you are not, you may notice old attractions losing their grip, old patterns no longer exciting you, and that is not boredom, that is discernment, and your heart needs this right now because you've outgrown the idea that love has to hurt to be real. And angels are rewriting that belief at the root, and don't scroll, because your spiritual awakening is accelerating now, and with awakening comes sensitivity. You may feel emotions more deeply, sense energy more clearly, crave truth more strongly, and this is why rest, solitude, and self-trust are essential right now. Angels are guiding you inward so you don't seek answers from places that can't give them. And listen to this. Signs will continue to show up, songs with lyrics that feel like direct messages, conversations that mirror your thoughts, numbers appearing exactly when you question your path, and these are not coincidences, they are reassurance, they are the universe saying, you are on track, and your heart needs this right now because fear may still whisper that you're making a mistake, that letting go will leave you empty. But angels are saying what you are releasing was already emptying you, and don't scroll, because the most important realization of this phase is this: you are not responsible for managing other people's emotions at the cost of your own alignment. You are not here to be everything for everyone, you are here to be true to yourself, and when you honor that truth, the right connections do not feel threatened, they feel strengthened. And listen to this. The person being revealed near you is serving a purpose even now. Don't scroll, please don't scroll. Listen to this, because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now in a deeper way than before, because this is the part where everything quietly turns in your favor, even if the outside world hasn't caught up yet, even if nothing dramatic has happened on the surface, angels are still stopping you right now. Still holding you in this sacred pause. Because what's happening inside you is more important than anything happening outside you, and listen to this. The moment you stop chasing clarity from others is the moment clarity rises from within you, and that moment has already begun. You may feel it as a subtle confidence, a calm refusal to over-explain, a strange peace where anxiety used to live. And your heart needs this right now because for so long you gave your power away without realizing it, not because you were weak, but because you loved deeply, because you believed in people, because you hoped, and angels never punish that kind of heart. They protect it, they refine it, they return it to itself stronger and wiser, and don't scroll, because this is where the spiritual shift becomes embodied, not just understood, not just felt emotionally, but lived, integrated, grounded into your daily choices. And listen to this. What once triggered you will start to lose its grip, conversations that once drained you will feel shorter, lighter, less important, not because you stopped caring, but because you stopped attaching your worth to how others respond to you, and your heart needs this right now because you've spent too long measuring yourself through someone else's reactions, moods, or approval, and angels are saying, beloved, your worth was never negotiable. And don't scroll, because the revelation about the person near you continues to unfold in a new way now, not as pain, not as anger, but as understanding. You begin to see them clearly without resentment, without needing them to change, without needing closure from their mouth, because clarity has already settled in your spirit. And listen to this. This is the stage where forgiveness becomes possible, not forgiveness that excuses behavior, but forgiveness that releases you from emotional attachment, and your heart needs this right now because forgiveness is not about letting someone back in, it's about letting yourself move forward unburdened, and angels are guiding you toward emotional neutrality where there was once confusion. And don't scroll, because this neutrality is powerful. It means you are no longer hooked, no longer reactive, no longer pulled into cycles that drain your energy, and as this happens, your intuition becomes sharper than ever. You'll know when to speak and when to stay silent, when to engage and when to walk away. And listen to this. Walking away peacefully is a spiritual skill, and you are mastering it now, and your heart needs this right now because you've mistaken emotional intensity for truth before, and angels are teaching you that truth often feels calm, steady, grounded, not dramatic, not chaotic. And don't scroll, because as your power returns, so does your magnetism. People will feel your shift even if they can't name it. Some will respect it, some will test it, some will drift away naturally, and this is not loss. This is alignment, and listen to this. Aligned people don't require you to prove yourself, they recognize you, and your heart needs this right now because you are stepping into a version of yourself that no longer begs to be chosen, no longer competes for attention, no longer waits for permission to live fully, and angels are smiling over this transition, because this is what they've been guiding you toward all along. And don't scroll, because soulmate energy becomes unmistakable at this stage, not as fantasy, not as longing, but as resonance. Whether that soulmate arrives soon or is already present, you will recognize them by how safe you feel being yourself, by how conversations flow without fear, by how you don't have to dim your light to keep them comfortable. And listen to this. If you've been alone lately, this solitude has been intentional, a recalibration period, a space where your soul could reset its standards, heal its wounds, and remember its worth. And your heart needs this right now because loneliness was never the punishment, it was the preparation. And angels are saying, what's coming next needs you whole, not half-healed. And don't scroll, because signs from the universe will intensify as you stabilize in this new energy. Numbers will appear when you doubt yourself, reminders will surface when you feel tempted to go backward, synchronicities will nudge you forward gently. And listen to this, these signs are not meant to control you, they are meant to comfort you, to remind you that you are seen, guided, supported, and your heart needs this right now because even strong people need reassurance during transformation, and angels never expect you to walk alone. And don't scroll, because the most powerful shift of this phase is internal. You stop needing others to validate your pain, your growth, or your decisions. You know your truth, and knowing is freedom. And listen to this. Freedom doesn't always feel loud or celebratory at first, sometimes it feels quiet, unfamiliar, even a little empty, because space has opened where chaos used to live. But that space is sacred, it's where peace grows, it's where aligned love enters, and your heart needs this right now because you're learning to sit in peace without filling it with old habits, old people, old patterns, and angels are proud of you for that. And don't scroll, because this is where your story changes direction. Permanently, once you reclaim your power gently instead of forcefully, once you trust yourself instead of doubting your instincts, once you stop chasing explanations and start choosing alignment, everything rearranges, and it may not happen all at once, but it will happen surely. And listen to this. The universe never reveals truth without also providing support, and you are supported now more than you realize, by unseen hands, by divine timing, by inner strength you forgot you had. And stay with me, because this is not the ending yet. This is the moment you stand upright in your own energy, steady, aware, protected, ready for what's next. And angels are still stopping you right now because the final pieces are still moving into place, and what's coming will meet you where you are, not where you used to be. Don't scroll, stay right here, listen to this, because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now at a soul-deep level, because this is the part where the universe begins to respond to the choices you've been making quietly, internally, without applause, without witnesses. Angels are still stopping you right now because something irreversible has already shifted, even if you haven't named it yet. And listen to this. The moment you chose clarity over comfort, truth over attachment, peace over chaos, a door opened in the unseen, and what's powerful about this door is that it cannot be closed again, not by fear, not by other people's confusion, not even by your past self. And your heart needs this right now because you've spent so much of your life standing in doorways, unsure whether to move forward or stay where it felt familiar. And angels are saying, beloved, you have already stepped through, even if your body hasn't caught up yet, even if your life still looks the same on the surface. And don't scroll, because this is where destiny activates subtly but decisively. You may notice opportunities appearing without force, conversations flowing more honestly, a strange sense of being guided even when you don't have a plan. And listen to this. This is not luck, this is alignment responding to your courage, and your heart needs this right now because courage doesn't always look bold. Sometimes it looks like quiet consistency, like choosing yourself again and again in small moments, like not reaching out when you know it would reopen wounds, like trusting silence when the old you would have chased answers. And angels see every one of those moments. They count, they matter, they compound. And don't scroll, because the person who was revealed earlier in this journey has now fulfilled their role, whether they know it or not, whether they acknowledge it or not. Their purpose was not to walk with you forever, but to wake something up inside you, to trigger your intuition, to force you to listen to your inner voice instead of external validation. And your heart needs this right now because release doesn't always require goodbye conversations. Sometimes it happens energetically. Sometimes it happens the moment you stop checking for their approval, stop wondering if they miss you, stop measuring your worth through their behavior, and listen to this. That moment has already begun for you, and angels are gently closing energetic loops that kept pulling you back. And don't scroll, because as those loops close, space opens, and space is where miracles enter. And here's what the universe wants you to hear clearly. What's coming next will not feel like struggle, it will feel like recognition, like ease, like something finally meeting you at your level instead of asking you to shrink. And your heart needs this right now because you've mistaken effort for love before, and angels are correcting that belief now at the root. And listen to this. Soulmate energy does not chase, it arrives. It does not confuse, it clarifies. It does not drain, it restores. And whether that soulmate enters soon or is already circling your life, you will recognize them not by intensity but by peace, by how safe your nervous system feels, by how you can breathe fully around them. And don't scroll, because your spiritual awakening has reached a phase where the universe begins to mirror your inner alignment outwardly. What you tolerate less appears less. What you desire truthfully appears more, and this is why patience is important now, not passive waiting, but grounded trust. And your heart needs this right now because impatience is often fear in disguise, and angels are teaching you to trust timing without forcing outcomes. And listen to this. Signs may slow down temporarily, not because guidance has stopped, but because you are becoming the guidance. Your intuition is strong enough now to lead without constant reassurance, and that is growth. And don't scroll, because this phase can feel strangely quiet, almost like the calm before something arrives, and that quiet can feel uncomfortable if you're used to emotional noise. But angels are saying, do not fill this silence with old patterns, let it be empty, let it be clean, let it be sacred. And your heart needs this right now, because emptiness is not absence, it's potential, and from this potential, aligned love, aligned purpose, aligned opportunities emerge naturally. And listen to this: if fear arises saying, what if nothing comes? Remind yourself that something has always come, even when you didn't believe it would, and angels have never abandoned you through any transition, not once. And don't scroll, because the universe is preparing a moment of confirmation that will feel personal, unmistakable, and emotionally grounding, a conversation, a realization, a meeting, a decision that lands with clarity instead of doubt. And when it happens, you'll remember this moment, this pause, this message, and you'll understand why everything unfolded the way it did. And your heart needs this right now, because you are closer than you think, closer to peace, closer to alignment, closer to a life that doesn't require you to betray yourself. And listen to this: nothing you have released during this journey was meant to follow you into the next chapter, and nothing that is meant for you will miss you now, because you are finally visible to the universe in your true form. And stay with me, because this is not the conclusion yet. This is the threshold, the moment before manifestation solidifies, and angels are still stopping you right now, because the final alignment is approaching. And when it arrives, it will not ask for proof, it will simply fit, and you will know. Don't scroll, please stay. Listen to this all the way through, because this final message is for you. And your heart needs this right now more than ever. And if you leave early, you may miss the very confirmation you've been asking the universe for, because this is the moment where everything you've felt, everything you've sensed, everything that confused you finally aligns into one clear truth. And angels are still stopping you right now, still holding your attention, because endings are sacred, and this ending is not about loss, it's about arrival. And listen to this: the reason this journey unfolded slowly, layer by layer, revelation by revelation, is because your soul was being prepared to receive, not just understand. And receiving requires openness, trust, and readiness, and you are ready now in a way you weren't before. And your heart needs this right now, because you've survived seasons where you didn't know how things would turn out, seasons where faith felt thin, seasons where you doubted yourself quietly, and angels have witnessed every single one of those moments. They never left, they never looked away, and they are here now to tell you this clearly: you made it, even if it doesn't feel dramatic, even if no one applauded, even if your life still looks ordinary from the outside. Something extraordinary has settled inside you. And don't scroll, because here's the truth that seals everything. The person who was revealed, the energy that was exposed, the truth that surfaced was never meant to define you. It was meant to refine you, to sharpen your discernment, to awaken your intuition, to remind you of your worth. And now that lesson is complete, and your heart needs this right now, because completion brings peace, not closure through words, but closure through understanding. And listen to this: you no longer need to wait for apologies, explanations, or validation from anyone, because clarity has already arrived, and clarity is freedom. And as this freedom settles in, the universe begins responding in tangible ways, subtle at first, then undeniable. Things start flowing instead of resisting, opportunities feel lighter, conversations feel more honest, and your inner world feels quieter. And that quiet is not emptiness, it's alignment. And don't scroll, because soulmate energy locks into place in this phase, whether it's a new connection entering your life, a current one deepening, or a reunion that happens on a higher level, not repeating the past, but honoring growth. And listen to this. True soulmate connections don't rush, they arrive when both souls are ready, and readiness is not perfection, it's self-respect, it's boundaries without bitterness, it's love without self-abandonment, and your heart needs this right now because you've learned how to love without losing yourself, and that lesson changes everything. And don't scroll, because this is the moment angels want you to claim your role consciously. You are no longer reacting to life, you are co-creating with the universe, your thoughts carry more power now, your intentions manifest faster, your intuition speaks louder, and that's why protecting your energy moving forward is essential, not from fear, but from wisdom. And listen to this. What comes next will not feel like chaos or confusion, it will feel like recognition, like a deep exhale, like finally being met instead of chasing, and your heart needs this right now because you've been tired of carrying emotional weight that was never yours to begin with, and angels are lifting it gently. And don't scroll, because here's the part most people miss. You are not behind, you are not late, you did not miss your moment. Timing did not forget you, everything unfolded exactly when your soul could integrate it without breaking, and that is divine precision, not delay. And listen to this. Soon you will experience a moment, small or large, that confirms everything you've just heard. It may be a message, a realization, a meeting, a sudden calm certainty, but when it happens, you will feel it in your body, not just your mind. And you'll know this chapter has closed, and the next one has opened, and your heart needs this right now because you are stepping into a season where you are seen, respected, and aligned. Not because you demanded it, but because you embodied it. And don't scroll, because this ending is also a beginning, and angels want you to take one thing with you. Trust yourself, trust what you feel, trust the quiet knowing inside you. It has never led you wrong, even when the path was unclear, and as you move forward, remember this. Nothing that left your life was meant to stay, and nothing meant for you will pass you by now, because you are finally walking in sync with your destiny, and if you stayed until the end of this message, that is your confirmation, that is your sign, that is the universe saying, you are exactly where you need to be. So breathe. Feel that peace settle in, and carry it with you, because angels are no longer stopping you. They are walking beside you now.